What's up, guys? Welcome back to Back Road Driver.
We're the Mazda brothers. Guys, we told you when the vet lost to the wolf that it was a goner. Today's that day, guys.
I'll spare you having to go back and watch that beat down, but here's a clip of the wolf absolutely destroying the C8 in every single way.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We've got the RAS hauler hooked up to the hammer. The hammer finally gets to do some work today. We're gonna go pick up our new vehicle. I do want to mention that today's video is sponsored by Roadmaster Active Suspension. More on that here in a moment.
Last cold start in the C8, maybe last cold start for a Chevy on our channel ever, but this is getting traded on our new vehicle. It's a heck of a life when this is the slowest car you own. Last rip in the Chevy. And you guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, we're headed to Ted Russell Ford on Parkside Drive here in beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. If you couldn't tell what we're picking up today from a thumbnail, I don't know what kind of rock you've been living under for the last year, but the hype has been through the roof for the new Bronco.
This isn't just any old Bronco. This is the first edition in lightning blue, and we told them to leave it just like it came off the truck. So let's see what that looks like, guys.
So they have to do the PDI process at the dealership when it comes off the truck, and that's some things they have to do electronically. The system checks, they check all the fluids, because stuff has shown up before and not had oil in it or not had transmission fluid in it. Not necessarily at this dealership. But we wanted all the plastic, every little marking on it, all the grease pin markings, pristine. This vehicle has 23 miles on it, so it's not one that's set at Dirt Mountain. We're gonna roll it over here, do the first start, drive it over, and we actually are gonna pull it up on the trailer. We'll pull it over and show you a good walk around and give you a great overview. All right, so not setting at Dirt Mountain means we didn't have to get a replacement top. This was after the tops were already fixed. There's plastic on every little surface in here, even the screen surface. The Bronco even has a cover over that so you don't get a scratch in that. This thing's pretty awesome. Let's start it up. Somebody's been jamming in here.
Get this thing off the covered porch so we can see the paint color.
Let's do it. Guys, we've waited a long time. We ordered this first night, right after the crash of all the servers happened. As soon as they came back online, we were able to get this order for the 4-door in. We do have a 2-door in the same exact build that's right behind this. It's already built and it's about to ship. So let's take a look at this thing.
This thing hasn't even been washed yet, guys. We've still got all the stickers on it that came from the factory. They're all over this thing, just like it came off the truck. This thing hasn't been touched by anybody yet. And a lot of times you get a car wash to clean it up at the dealership and they end up getting some scratches on it that you wouldn't have put on it if you did it yourself. So we told them to skip that process. We're gonna wash it ourselves when we get it back to the garage. So we've never bought a vehicle and not had them take all the plastic and everything off. I wonder what is under the hood. I mean, let's just see.
I think there's any difference. Now they have been under there to check fluids. Got the little yellow crank here.
I don't see anything different than usual under the hood.
This is what everybody's griping about. This is not a 5-liter Coyote. It's not the 3.5 EcoBoost that a lot of people have gotten comfortable with. But we've driven these, they rip.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a ton of F-150s with the 2.7 liter in it. Only difference being this 2.7 liter has made it up to the 10R60 transmission, not the 10R80. The 10R60 doesn't handle as much torque and power as the 10R80. Still a good transmission, still a 10-speed. Let's take a closer look inside of this thing.
So we've got plastic covering all the seat surfaces. There's a screen protector on here like you would put on an iPad probably. Not a lot of plastic type stuff in here. but this is as fresh as it gets, guys. Take a look in the back. We did opt for the black interior. That wasn't an option when you first were ordering a First Edition, but they later changed their mind because navy pier was the only thing you could get. And it went okay with this, especially being in the lightning blue color, but it didn't go with some of the other colors that you could get a First Edition in. So Ford listened, changed and added black onyx as an option. I think this is the sweetest setup you can get. It's got everything, guys. This has every single goat mode, every single hero, every single switch, every single option, every single bell, whistle, trinket, and it's this First Edition is the only one that you can get every single thing on. So think of it as Wild Track plus Badlands plus Outer Banks, and that's what you get when you buy First Edition. And it does have, like I said, the hard top. This has the sound deadening part on there, and this is not one that was ordered and got made before the shutdown when they figured out the tops were bad. So do we have the ultimate Bronco here?
So this is not the spray out interior, which I do like, but this is actual black leather, and you can see here, this is what it looks like. A little bit more impressive than the spray out material, but not as busy as that navy pier would have been.
So the First Edition comes standard with the safari bar. It's got a gloss black grille, and will you notice something for me? This goes above the white Bronco lettering, and it didn't when it first came out as like a concept of this is what First Edition is going to be. But Ford listened again, and they raised that bar up so that you can actually see the word Bronco. You've also got a satin black stripe with a gloss silver in it, and you can see their little pattern here. It's like check, 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 and then it comes down here on the side, keeps going, and check, check, check on the back. That, and then you got gloss black mirrors, obviously your First Edition badge, and I think these gloss lights may be special for First Edition. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comments.
Every First Edition is a Sasquatch, so you're going to get the big fender flares, the bigger wheels and tires. Every First Edition also comes with a hardtop.
Black bead locks down here, guys. They look really good. This thing still has Detroit road grime on it, and I don't know, maybe we don't wash it. Maybe we just
leave the road grime on it.
Let it be Detroit.
So at this point, you may be wondering why we're pulling this onto a trailer instead of just driving it. We'll talk about that. Get straight. All for it.
Guys, this Bronco is heavy. It's an off-road beast. Let's talk about our trailer setup real quick.
The Bronco itself weighs about 5,000 pounds. The trailer weighs about 1,800 pounds, so we're pretty close to 7,000 pounds that we're towing here, guys. Let me tell you about Roadmaster Active Suspension. Roadmaster Active Suspension is simple to install in your driveway. It's a loaded spring that is going to attach over the back of your current leaf springs, and it's also going to attach at your axle. It's going to help support those leaf springs when you put on a heavy load or hook up to a very heavy trailer.
So as Sam mentioned, we're at the very max of what we're supposed to be hauling on this trailer, but guys, there's barely any squat. Here, let me do this right there. We barely have any squat, and if we didn't have Roadmasters on there, the rear end would be down like at least another 2 to 2.5 inches.
So keeping more weight on your front axles allows you to have better braking and better steering control. Less squat in the rear means more weight on your front axles, which equals better control.
I'll drop a link to Roadmaster Active Suspension in the description below. Make sure you use that promo code and let them know Backroad Driver sent you. So we've got it back to the garage. I don't want to gas you guys up too much. I don't know what we're gonna do. We've got this one in hand. We've got the two-door coming. I don't know what we're gonna do on the channel. I know we've got to be financially responsible, and with where the market is right now, the money for the channel may be better spent buying a lesser trim Bronco, because I don't know what we would do with this as far as a build goes. And we don't want you to get mad at us if we were to sell this thing. We would understand that. I get it. But this is a business at the end of the day, and we've got to do what's best for the channel long term.
Guys, whether we sell it or keep it, we are going to be making more videos with this Bronco. Make sure you guys check out shopbackroaddriver.com.
We'll see you tomorrow, Bronco.